Hey everyone, this is Tracy with Color Me This. It is episode 222 today. It's the weekly color review, and we are going to go check out my finished projects. I have two of them that I would consider WIPs, still in progress. I like to give you guys stats on the channel, and I don't have my computer turned on, so I'm going to turn it on, and we will review what we worked on this week. I hope you had a chance to color with me, though the nice thing about doing these and having them available is that you can color with me whenever you want, whichever page you want. So you are not forced to go in order. All right, so we have kind of an overcast day, which is good for the lighting, where I am sitting here filming, which is over at my desk. I am getting ready to craft with my crafting pal Libby, so this area was filled up with crafting supplies because I'm getting a jump start on some cards I need, so I just kind of shoved those all over to the side. So the first project that I did during the week was the big fish with the house. That took me 3 days. When I came back, I managed to do the teapot page, as I call it, using black widows. That was really fun, and I want to show you how vibrant, this is something I have been noticing. This is how vibrant the black widows show up. The gray not so much, but I ended up not putting the green on. The green and the blues and purples, they just come out so nice on the cheap copy paper. And this will be relevant in a few minutes. So here was our first page we worked on. I promised I was going to do stickles, and I never did, but there is a reason why I didn't do the stickles. I do have my black stickle swatch sheet. I prefer the black for the stickles so that I know for sure what the tones are going to come out with my, I own, actually it looks like 6 Aurora Borealis iridescent toned stickles, as well as one here called Glisten. So if I was looking for a nice color match for the bubbles, I actually feel like Stardust is my favorite. I don't want to go too purple. Definitely don't want to use the first 3 because they all have gold and green in them. I think that between Stardust and Glisten, I like Stardust the best. So let me open it up and show you what it looks like in the bottle. And you'll see exactly why I need to... Here's Stardust. So, Stardust looks almost white, but it actually has quite a bit of the tones in my fish. So this is the one I will use. I will actually get this done as soon as we're finished, and we'll post a picture of it. On day 2, not day 2, this took 3 days. Then the ducks came. They took 2 days to do. I really enjoyed the ducks, even though I told you my tale with ducks and my history with them. They seem to be the thorn in our sides. And I'm not going to do any additional embellishing on the ducks. And then they were done with 2 sets. I actually paired up Crayola 100 with Castle Arts pastel tints, and I do want to show you between these 2 pages. I did do my mock-up, and one of the things that I have noticed is the bigger payout pencils have a tendency to color much nicer on the copy paper than here's the Crayola. I can't judge pastel tints by this because I don't think I put any pastel tints down. It was all Crayola, I believe. So, comparing the Crayola to the depth that you get and the vibrancy with the colors. And then we're going back to that first picture I showed you, how vibrant and I'm not working on vibrancy when I'm coloring the mock-ups. I'm just getting down some color to see what I'm gonna like. So the very final image, which is a work in process, was the holbein and macarons, Britfuner macarons. So now I want to share how vibrant the colors came out on the copy paper. I don't know what the deal is, but there is some tooth showing because I was going quickly, but it almost came out with the holbeins and Britfuners more vibrant on this copy paper than it did on the Joanna Basford paper, which is very interesting. So again, here are the ducks. The one I colored the most was this one with the Crayola, and look how vibrant the holbein colors come out. Very interesting. Of course, I love the holbein and the macarons. They were just so pleasant. The blue here on this mushroom, yep, see, there's even a little bit. So I got a little bit of crumbs from the blue. I suspect that is the pigment and some of the maybe whatever the material is that they use to make the darker blue actually does tend to make the crumbles. But none of the others did that. So very pleasant. I thought that the Crayola, you saw me working on the head where I did like 3 light layers, and then I could tell I was finally at that passing point of where it was going to burnish, and the darkness like went twice as dark at that point. So that what it tells you is on some pencils that maybe are the more budget pencils, you do need to spend a little more time to get the payout that you want. The Crayola on this particular paper do a lovely job. It just takes a little more work to get the color out of them. I thought that the colors did fantastic, and I am very happy with my copper roof. I wish that the lines, the black lines showed, and I don't trust myself to do nice enough lines with a multi-liner pen, so I'm going to just leave the roof the way it is. And I still owe the bubbles. I see I missed one here. And yes, I've put the pencils away. So, love the fish, how it came out showing the varied colors. And I did on this one use the colorless blender. I believe it was the Prismacolor one, which I do really like, and it really helped to intensify the colors. But I wanted to keep the mix of the colors and didn't want to overdo one color or the other, so that is why I went with the colorless blender. Okay, so I'm going to, I have one other work in progress to share with you, but I have to bring up my numbers on the laptop here. I am very happy with the numbers this week. As I said, when you do things like go on vacation or you're unable to color, there's a definite difference in the numbers that you get for the new subscribers, for me being that I'm building my channel. But before I go through my numbers, I want to share with you a work in progress and a very sad thing that happened today. So I did a color along, or a live draw, as with Bonny Snowdon, and this is, I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you. This is an English bridle, and I don't think I've ever done any horse tack at all. This is colored on pastel matte, which is a velvety feeling. Yeah, it's velvety soft. A very unique surface. These are all of my colors. I will go ahead and post them all. These are colors prescribed by Bonny. And we worked for 2 hours and did only this side buckle on the left. That little middle hidden buckle we didn't finish, and we didn't work on the main buckles, I would call it. So I have worked my own. I did the shadowed buckle and the from the buckle down. And that was just today. That's why I had to get this done enough to feel proud of sharing it with you. It is a black English bridle, and so there's a lot of blues when you get the highlights, so you will see that I have these blues that Bonnie wanted us to have out. I have two Pablos. The white Pablo is just a fantastic color to put over the top of pastel matte. You can put lights over darks with this pastel matte. Is very unique in that manner. Most of the surfaces that we use won't allow a white to go over a dark. So again, I will list all of these for you guys. And I don't believe this was something you had to sign up for, and I don't believe the video is up anymore. She only has them up for a short period of time, and today was a fun color along that I will be doing after, because I was busy coloring this, because I'm always behind and I'm always very slow. There is the line art here. You can see there's an eyeball, a part of a brow band going up behind the pole, and a little bit of the ear. And I will share with you the reference photo. I will also see if I can share with you the disaster that happened. Here is the reference photo. These little gems are going to be tricky. I will be coloring the whole thing, and I'm going to tell you that this is going to be a WIP for a long time. I am very slow. Unless I get really into it, it's going to take probably a month. And I will probably make myself work on it, 2 to 3 times a week. And for me to work on it will be, I think I spent 2 hours this morning, so I have 4 hours into this. And all I have accomplished is this little bit of the headstall. And here's the bad thing that happened. Let's see if I can get this at an angle for you to see. My husband was outside. The back door was locked. He knocked on the door. I was coloring on my... here. I was coloring with this just sitting on its stand vertically, and the strap that holds it down doesn't fit vertically. So when he knocked on the door, I jumped a little bit and it crashed, and now it's all broken. So I think what I mainly use this for is for reference art and watching YouTube videos and TV shows in bed. So I might have to get a different one. This one is very old, and it's actually cracked. Most of the corners have cracked because it has fallen many times. I am surprised that, it has even fallen on the tile floor. So when I have it on this stand, I can't wear its protective case. If it had the protective case, I don't think it would have broke. So I was very sad, but these things happen. And I think that is 6 years old. It's very old. I've had it a long, long time. I actually do have a second one that has the advertising. It's called a fire tablet. And this one does not have. I got it actually during probably a Cyber Monday sale. It was not during the summer. And I got it because it didn't have the ads, and it was cheaper. Normally you have to pay extra for the ads to be removed, but because of the Cyber Monday, and it's a 10-inch one. All right, so those are what I'm working on, and the last thing to share with you are some stats of how the channel did this week. And I will hopefully remember to post, but in case I don't, I will put the bridle back with the mock-up of the art, the reference photo. Except now I have removed it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So This week was a very good week for the channel. I have 786 subscribers, and if I go to analytics, I like to compare week to week. The default in the analytics on YouTube is 28 days, and so I've got 31 subscribers in the last 7 days, which is 210% more than the previous 7 days. So yes, I am thrilled. And my watch time is 20% more than the previous 7 days. So like I said, my watch time and my views were still good. In fact, views is about the same as last week was, 1.9K. So I am really thrilled to see the jump in the numbers. I have added some polls for you guys because there's a lot of things I'm trying to get wrapped back up. So I had a choice for my next big edition of the Romantic Country First tale, and everybody opted for what I'm calling the gardening shelves. Option 3 was the winner. And then somebody asked a question about my coffee shop, so I have some screenshots of the interface. When you go through and get any of my free downloads, you do have to put how much you're willing to pay. Don't feel guilty at all, just put $0. It's their way of probably encouraging people to offer to give $1. But these are absolutely free. Don't feel like you're going to, if you put $0, it's never going to ask you for any money. And then after you put that in, you can continue to add more items, and once you're done, you hit the checkout. Again, everything should say $0. You hit your checkout, and then the last screenshot shows you your details of the order, and you hit view content, and that's where you get a pop-up window, and I believe you have to have your pop-ups enabled, and you will be able to see the download buttons by each of the file names to be able to download. So that's up there for you to see. And then I chose 3 pencil sets to choose from for my big edition. Oh, and I see people have been voting. Right now we've already got 32 votes. Thank you, everybody. I knew Prismacolor was going to win. It is 47%. Brute Funer squares are being well represented with 34%. Starjoy Gold is 19%. So keep voting for that. I'll give it a few more days. That's all I've got for the week. Let's move on to next week. Next week, we are going to be past the middle of the book. And I have to get this bridle out of the way. As soon as I finish, which will be 3 sittings, I will stop and do a walkthrough or flip through, if you want to call it that, a flip through of the first 41 pages in this book that are now finished. I am so proud. And the colors we get to use for the rest of the week according to my little diagram. Evazar 130 is going to be on Tuesday because tomorrow is a holiday, and I do have an event planned that I will be attending. It'll be so much fun. So I didn't want to try to hold back on tomorrow's event to then have to come home and try to film. Castle Arts 120 Soft Touch will be row 3, and then Praying 50 will be row 4. Then we'll do our flip through of everything I've finished. I might even go through and do some more embellishing. I have tried not to let myself do that. So I realize now that I have been zoomed in, and you guys probably didn't see that whole thing. Sorry about that. All right, so according to my diagram here, this is Evazar, this second row. Third row, Castle Arts, Soft Touch, and the final row will be Praying 50. So, on that note, do all the YouTube things, like, share, comment, and consider subscribing, and I will see you all back here on Tuesday, where we will do Evazar, and we will color this second row of little miniature mushroom scenes. Hope to see you all there.